Hello. Good morning, Dallas Grace. How are you? Good morning, Melinda and Barbara. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's Wednesday is magnificent. What do you call a three-hump camel? Pregnant. If you've seen Zootopia, then you know where that joke came from. And that's how that spirit talks to me in that movie, because I had to learn patience, and the part where they're at the DMV and they got sloths, and they're like, I don't know, what do you call a three-humped camel? She's like, pregnant. How's everybody doing this morning? About to get into some messages. Trying to get one of my notebooks, and I wanted to share with you guys a poem this morning. I like to share my work if I can grab it. I'm Pisces, and I like to write. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're going to get it going here. Just got to get this out of the bag and get stuff stopped. Holding on. Good morning, 2low40. I am a dork. I love reading the names, especially when they get there's being a medical assistant, there's some people's names that I've had to say out loud, and I'm just like, I can't do it. Sorry, I can't. I have to pick one or the other, but I cannot say your full name in a room full of people, because whoa. Good morning, Kristen. How are you this morning? I'm looking for my poem here. I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of, I'm going to be publishing my book here soon. I'm going to do it. It's going to happen this year. I really literally almost had it finished, and then it's my Toxic Shadows kind of like memoir, but it's got poems in it too, and I was almost finished with it, and I went through this weird period these past couple years of just like almost getting stuff finished, and I'm usually really good. If I say I'm going to do something, it's going to get done, and then just a lot of stuff came and like distracted me. Are you guys dealing with distractions? Let me know what distractions you're dealing with, so we can help you get on the road to pushing them to the side, making yourself aware of them, and saying, hey, I'm a little broke right now. I could use some extra income. How about I use my noggin and use my gifts, my talents, even if it's how to make pot holders, okay? You can sell anything. If you're really that hard up for money, you get creative, and you really stop caring if people make fun of you, because you're like, at least I'm not broke. And TikTok proves it, because people go up on lives all day long and sell whatever they want to. Lives used to just be for people who wanted to do motivational speeches or whatever. And it's crazy how I've watched lives evolve into people in campers and like selling their possessions. And it's crazy, but like, I'm not knocking anyone, but I'm just saying, like, this world's evolved so much from what we used to, what kind of world it used to be in. You can make money doing anything. It's not frowned upon as much anymore to be an entrepreneur. When I first started being an entrepreneur, I had to fight so many stigmas and mindsets and my family. And that's really why I got caught up going to college. I wanted to go to college, but I was kind of pushed because I was never validated, because I didn't graduate college, and my family members graduated from places like Texas A&M and Berkeley, California College, and it's okay. I'm proud of you if you graduate from there, but don't tell someone they're not good enough. Okay, I was doing a sales crew. I was doing something different. I was a manager of 40 people of a sales crew, and we were like the number one sales crew. So in my world, I was doing pretty awesome. I was making good money, traveling around the United States. I was in my 20s, even like 19, 20. I was having a good time. And but I didn't get validated because I didn't go to school. So I went to school. I did the school thing. I even got married. I did the kid thing. I did the marriage thing. I did it all, and I'm still here. I am not validated because I didn't do it for myself. I take that back. I did do it for myself. I just didn't do it fully for myself. The first start of it wasn't for myself, and then I ended up was like, yeah, I am doing this for myself now. So been manifesting and getting exactly what I need and no more as far as money. Kristen, yes. So money is one of those things. Know that you are a magnet. And I'm hearing the song Money Flows to Me, Money Flows Quickly. Listen to some Abraham Hicks and repeat some affirmations. So when your money flow starts easing up, that's when the affirmations kick in. And so you replace it with the worry. So when your worry comes on, you're like, I'm not going to worry. I used to have a timer on my phone. This is the best way to get in to start doing this, because I was going through a really rough time and I needed to train my mind. So I'd put a timer on my phone for every 3 hours, and this affirmation would come up, and I would pick different affirmations. And there's apps you can find too, but it would come up with like, everything is awesome. I love that one. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Yeah, the Lego song often plays in my world when things are going completely wrong, because the reason why I do that is because if I don't feed the fire of the negativity, it's kind of like that song that, is it Charlie Daniels, or not Charlie Daniels, but, the song, if you're going through HE double hockey sticks, keep on going. You might just get out before the devil even knows you're there. You can slide through a problem and it doesn't have to consume you. So, but use affirmations. And there's a really cool one that I love if I want to get into my manifesting flow, because it's about the energy. Money is an energy. Remember that. So you got to be high vibrating energy to bring in good energy, right? And so there's these I am affirmations, and I repeat myself a lot when I'm on these lives if you come here often, and that's because this is such good information, and this is what's really helped me, because I'm a visual person and I'm also a very good learner, but I need to you just point me to the right information. Don't point me to some BS or some stuff that's clearly just you filling your ego, because I will turn it off and be like, okay, well, that was boring. And I've went through a lot of really grueling meeting. Have you guys ever gotten talked into going to a master class? It's free. I'm going to help you with coaching and you're going to learn tips and tricks. And I went to this last one, and I don't go to many, but sometimes I'll go to support my friends. But like this one, I don't know. I just thought it would be cool to go to. But clearly she showed my point of, just because you say you're spiritual, well, Satan was an angel too. What kind of spiritual are you talking about? Because I get in there, and first of all, I'm a Pisces, and I'm a go with the flow kind of person. And if nobody's talking, I'll probably stand up there and be embarrassed to help get the thing going. Well, I stand up and she's like, we're all gonna dance. And I was like, cool, okay, we're doing it. I was like, whoop, whoop, just having a good time over here. Whatever, I'm going along with it. This is on a Zoom call, by the way, and I'm going with it. And then all of a sudden she's like, everybody, like Hitler came out. It was crazy. Everybody turn on their videos. You will not be a part of this master class. And this is free. This is our own free will. You will not be a part of this master class if you do not have your video on. And if I catch you turning your video off, we will We will turn back on the music and we will dance. I'm sorry. This lady, I was like, I'm still kind of in like, I'm still like the point. I'm not going there because I'm a brand new coach. Okay. This was like 6 months ago, maybe not even 6 months ago, 4 months ago. This was me. If I start going into those classes that they offer for free or a webinar or stuff like that, it's because I'm trying to get my flow back up. And I suggest you guys do this too. How many of you guys are like, I need to get back into my craft? So you start listening to music, or that's how I go to these. Well, this lady was like, starts getting all cray-cray, and then like the music intro, which is supposed to be a hey, get our juices flowing, hey, we're doing it, like, you know, Peach Kush turns on her affirmation, we get all crunk, we're feeling it, we're like, all right, yeah, we're ready for the messages, all right, that's acceptable. This lady, like, this what went on for like 10 minutes, and I'm not knocking her, man, but I had to leave, because then after I knew once I started tuning out and I wasn't listening anymore, and I was checking my phone, I'm like, this was completely a waste of time, because I'm in here and she's irritating me so much now because she's really going overboard, guys. Like, I wasn't expecting this. Like, hey, I'm here. I can either be here or not, but just keep talking. Don't worry about if I'm here. That's what, see, I just keep talking whether you guys are here or not, because ultimately, if you want, you'll go watch the replay. And this lady, like, called somebody out, and the ones that were in there were brand new coaches, so they were, like, afraid, and they were like, this lady's like, I'm having a bad storm, I gotta go, sorry, guys, bye. And ran out of there, and then she started, I don't know, then she just turned into a complete narcissist, and, like, it was crazy. I was like, hold on a minute. I was like, boop, gotta go. Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever. I'm very mindful who I get on there with, and I thought, hey, this would be fun, but that's why I stopped going to those, and then it sucks for me because I like to do that. I like to get on webinars. I'm actually starting a Toxic Shadows support group this Sunday, and it's not going to be like that at all. And so I would really, don't be so overbearing. If somebody wants to be a part of your thing, if they showed up, just let them be there. They'll either be there or not be there. But that's another thing, a point of forcing things. Don't force things in your life, and you'll get a much better reaction. So run, don't walk. Only one I know are good and legit, yes. Karen Smith just became a top viewer. Thank you so much for the roses. You are so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Monique, Wilma X, Colin and I reconcile. Good idea. Hey, girl. Hey, Barbara. Hi from Alabama, Patty. So, yeah, and I don't make fun of people or talk about people, but that is why I'm a spiritual coach and I'm on my own little thing, because I was in all those Facebook women groups. Apparently I wasn't womanly enough or something, because I kept hooking everybody up with opportunities and I kept getting bypassed. And they're like, yeah, you don't fit into us, but thank you for bringing us. Can you bring us more people? We know that you connect with all these people. We need people for our group and people for our projects, but that's all we want you for. And so that's why I got out. And that's why I feel a lot of people came over to TikTok land, because I don't know. I'm like, hey, like I felt like I was the last kid always getting picked for dodgeball, but clearly getting hit with all the dodgeball balls every recess. You have something, does it resonate? Definitely you should move on. Yeah. I learned that, but that's a learning curve that we don't know is going to come if you've never been a social media coach, or you've never been a life coach, or you've never done coach. See, I've always went to a job. Like I did sales and I sold products, or I went to a job and I was a medical assistant or whatever. But when I became my own person, that's why it's really important to work on your self-esteem, your confidence, all those fun things, because now you got to come out here and you are the product that you're selling. And I even, when I was first starting to hand out flyers, I was like, this is kind of weird because I'm not into myself that much. I'm still, getting there. And here, I'm a coach. I do stuff. I'm going to read this this poem that I wrote. It's about choices. And it's a couple pages, so you guys are going to have to... hello, Renata. How are you? You guys are going to have to bear with me, but this is a very positive message for today. If you need a message, the gifts, and thank you for being a part of my lives. I really appreciate it. It makes me very happy to come share some love and light. And if you would like your own session, check out the link in my bio. I do intuitive coaching sessions, and I also do just angel reading sessions, give you your messages, psychic medium sessions, and energy healing sessions. So whatever floats your boat, whatever you need. But here's my my poem about choices. Okay, guys? Choices. Life is full of choices. We make them all day long. Right now, you are making a choice, the choice to listen to this enlightening broadcast or simply switch over to another channel. The choices we make, big or small, form the fabric of our destiny. Life is not made of one big choice, rather millions of different choices that come to us every day. Choices between right and wrong, red or blue, up or down. You have the choice today to be invincible, to be incredible. Today, you have the choice to be different or to go along with the crowd. Today, you can choose to rise up and drop your excuses. Or today, you can choose to feel unworthy, shameful, and guilty. Remember, this is your choice, and no one can ever take away this choice. Today, you can also choose to disconnect with these thoughts. Today, you can choose your fallacy over your intuition. Today, you are free to choose the comfortable stories your ego is telling you. Today, you are free to rewrite those stories. Life brings us choices. Choices bring us out of our comfort zone. Opportunities arise from these out of comfort zone choices. Will you choose to continue to live a life of repetitious toxic patterns, or will you choose to rise above the ashes and send gratitude for what you still have left? It is now yours forever. No one can steal it away. What is it you say? Is it your self-worth, your dignity, your soul purpose, your self-love? Is it the choice to nurture these when no one else will? Is it the choice to develop this light deep within your soul? Is it the choice to harbor love in your heart instead of resentment and judgment? We as humans are all entitled to free will and the choice of making choices as we please. But some choices are not for us to choose. Our Creator, the divine light within all of us, has created a system in which we learn from our choices. As we choose, we create the energy force to propel us to our destinies. Our destinies are not written in stone. Rather, they are created by our daily choices of right and wrong. Left and right, a preview of our destiny is subtly shown to us every day. A mini clip of what is to come and what should we expect. How can you know which choice to make? I invite you to take a moment, look around your environment, look at your associates, look at what you have, evaluate your goals. Remember, goals are necessary to bring dreams to life. Goals are the life force that breathe your dreams to life. Today you have the choice to dream big and fly high. Today you also have the choice to crash and burn amongst all of your broken dreams and crumble with your lack of hope and failure mindset. We all have choices. Every day, every moment, we have a choice. Our choices bring us one more step closer to our destinies. Today, you have a choice, the choice to succeed and believe without anyone else's validation. Today, you and your choices could be creating a fulfilled destiny, an abundant future filled with security and wealth from the good choices you have made. Today, you can choose to conquer your scarcity mindset. Today, you can choose to turn victim into victory. Today, you are free from the harm of negativity. Today, you can choose to repel the distractions, the voices that don't encourage the low vibration emotions. We all have choices. We are all created by choices. Your angels will always support your choices, good or bad. When you choose bad, you choose to separate from spirit. This is your temporary choice, a choice that can always be changed. Do not condemn yourself anymore from your choices. Instead, view it as a blessing of your choice, and that it has helped you unravel the mystery within, to start repairing the cord between your soul and your higher intuition. Choose from the heart. Always infuse each choice with the spark of magic and curiosity. Some choices don't have clear paths to choose. Take that leap of faith. Choose that gut feeling over logic. Choose to expand your mindfulness, and your choices will expand as well. Today, I made a choice to love myself. Today, I am making the choice to stand up to my fears. And today, I will choose my destiny. So let me know what you guys thought. I wrote that myself. Wrote a little song about it. Well, here it goes. So thank you guys so much for being here this morning. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoyed that poem about choices, because every day you have a choice. Thank you, Barbara. That's part of, I'm going to put that in a book that I'm creating that has to do with, it's harder to write a memoir about yourself than you really think it is. Because I have no problem, I have the story, but it's about what parts of the story I want to really tell. And then it's not about defending anyone, because everyone earned their right in my story. Whatever role that they have, they earned that role. No doubt in it. But I also believe people are, I don't need to make anybody's life harder. They're making their own life hard with their karma. Not going to even join in or add to it. So that's why I got hung up on my book, because I was like, how do I write this about my parents? Because my parents were good to me. They just were teenagers that felt like in their minds themselves, and they never grew up. And that's what most of our parents' problem was. They didn't know how to be parents. They were still children themselves. Mine were not as bad as other people's, because I'm like, wow, you really had a reckless mom and dad. I actually did get, clothed, fed, and all that good stuff, but it's not normal that I left at 14. And there's a few hiccups in there that I'm like, wow, like I had a pretty good life. I've never had a bad life, but like, how does this fit into my life? And when I was younger, that was the biggest thing, is my dad was an alcoholic, and I just kind of felt like I couldn't bring people over because I didn't know if he would act up, and then I didn't want to have to explain to people. I took him to school one time in 6th grade, and he started talking to my counselors, and he was a little buzzed, and they were looking at me. Yeah. Those are the kind of things. And, when you're with somebody who's an addict, you get that bad self-talk, man. And that's what I think. I talk to my dad often in spirit, and I think he tells me, and even my grandpa came out in a mediumship reading, his dad, which was his adopted dad, because both my parents were adopted. But it's crazy that he came forward and he wouldn't even put his head up. He was so ashamed and said, I'm sorry for doing that to your dad, because apparently he lived back in the day where hitting your kid with a belt was all right. And I felt like he went a little overboard with it, because it was his adopted child. And he lost his 2 children as babies because their blood didn't mix or something. They had holes in their heart. That's what my grandma told me when I was really young. So like that resentment kind of carried over. And then my dad was shown that's how you do kids. And yeah, it's not how. And then finally the rest of the world got on board with that, because that was still that limited thinking of you could spank your child. And now people have a heart attack if you spank your child out in public. You better do it in your house. Better not let anybody see you spank your child, because they will flip out. And I understand it now. I didn't understand it for so many years. I love my hair. I love my hair in this filter. It's fun to... I'm telling you, I'm going to get some wigs, and it'll be fun, because... I like having fun hair, so mine would not be nice of too many people. I remember the belt and hickory stick. Yeah, my dad the last time I got spanked with a belt, I was 11, and the reason why it stopped is because I put my hands there to stop it. I didn't want to be hit, and when he went to go spank me, he hit my forearms here, and he left a mark, and that was a big no-no. And I think it finally got to him, like, oh man, I better stop. I'm out of control. And I never got a spanking after that, thankfully, because 11's kind of old. I don't know. I guess it's that weird age of transitioning. I don't know. 11 wasn't a fun time. It's an awkward age, because you're not old enough and you're not young enough. And you're still playing with Barbies, but the cool kids aren't playing with Barbies. Screw the cool kids. I am the cool kids. Trying to fit in. Literally, you go back to your high school reunion, which I will not do because I got my GED, but I got it on time, by the way, too. I should have just done homeschooling from the beginning. But, who wants to go back there? Those days were, those people that were so cool in high school, yeah, they're usually washed up alcoholics with, 5 kids and 10 baby mamas, or 10 kids and 5 baby mamas. So I pulled out my messages here for I love these. These are notes from the universe on abundance, and this is from Mike Dooley. He's part of Hay House, and if you guys need a message of abundance, Hugh came out here. And one is reverse, and I want to just talk about this one because it has a mountain on it, and it's popping into my head a lot, because I feel like some of you are trying to climb a mountain, either literally. Oh, you don't remember when it stopped. I'm sorry, Barbara. Yeah. I'm glad that the line of thinking for how we deal with kids is not pick up something and slap them with it. I'm glad that line of thinking's out. So, but back to this, mountains. because I just keep hearing can't move a mountain, trying to move a mountain. That's what I keep hearing, and it won't stop. So every single day I'm pressing out and reeling in the abundance you're making room for in your life as I observe everything you think, say, and do. Yeah, I'm not so fond of the reeling in part. Pressing my heart out, the universe. I love these. And so know that there are a few mountains in oracle readings have a few different things. This is about one is be the mountain. No matter what the mountain is, it can have snow on it, it can have rain, sun, whatever element on it, but it still stands there brave like the mountain. And you're gonna eventually see that right there. He's at the top of the mountain. Here's like way up there. He's up at the top of the mountain. Thank you. She said those cards, I like those cards. Beautiful. Yes. And this is about when you get to the peak of the mountain, what is the sun doing? It's shining down on you. So sometimes you need to climb that mountain to see what's on the other side as well. And know when you get to the top, the sun's going to shine on you. So don't stay in the valleys. I'm hearing that really strongly. Don't stay in the valleys, especially if you're having an issue with your finances right now, because the universe is literally bringing your abundance to you. But it's not like you can't just sit there and go, bring me abundance. Thank you. Well, you could. I'm going to do some. I like that lady. It's called manifesting. Look it up. Because she goes, okay, universe, I'm not really feeling like doing things today. So could you just make my experiences happy and make me not have to go through a lot of hard things? Maybe we'll save the hard things for next week. Thank you, universe. And then she looks at the thing that says it's called manifesting. Look it up. Yeah, I love that lady. And she's standing in her bathrobe doing it. So it's very true. You create your own destiny, but you have lessons that you're going to have to learn. And if we didn't have those lessons, this life would be boring. I promise. You're like, how could that be? Yeah, after a while, it's kind of like after you've worked like double shifts for years, okay? And then you finally stop working. You become a stay-at-home mom, say. Holy cow, you're like, what I wouldn't do to be back at that job. Out of this house, away from these kids. Because I've done that when I actually wasn't working my tail off, and I actually got a whole 6 months that I didn't work. And I got to be at home, and it was the most awkward thing. I'm like, what am I doing? What do I do? What do I watch? Like, how do you even, like, I really didn't know. That's how much I worked, guys. I really didn't know how to be at home during the day. Like, it was a weird concept. And I was like, am I going back to work soon? Because I only do, like, watch daytime soaps, when I'm sick. So it was a very odd concept. And then it didn't last very long, because when my narcissist, like, his whole thing is he always had the stay-at-home woman. And I was like, no, I want to work. And he always tried to make me that. I was like, no, I want to work because I'm smart and I want my own things. If I have to make my own money, I will do that, but you will not control that. And that's basically what he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to be nice and just give me a break, by the way. He was just trying to be a good husband no, he wasn't. He was just trying to, because the whole 6 months that I stayed at home without a job out of the 10 years that we were married, I was only not employed for 6 months. He told me how lazy I was. And then it just like came home every day and like would complain that dishes were in the sink, and it'd be like a cup. Like, I never got down and dirty, guys. Like, I've seen some people that you're like, whoa, what happened in here? No, it was like a cup, a plate, a fork, 2 forks. And he would come home and flip out. And then, so with me, because I'm who I am, and I taught him a lesson because his other wives would cower in fear. And I just became more resentful every day, and then it became 4 cups. And those cups would stay there for a week, just as a point. I'm not going to clean them because you want me to, and that's very unhealthy too. So see, that's it doesn't work out the other anyway. But I've noticed lately I don't have that problem. In the past 5 years, I have not had the problem of cleaning anything. And I'm like, this is so weird, because I had that fight every day. And I was like, wow, I really got so irritated about somebody picking on me, calling me names, telling me stuff about how unclean I was, which I wasn't, though. It was like a little messy, had a fork, a sock on the floor, nothing crazy. And he yelled at me so much that I just stopped cleaning. Like, it gave me PTSD to even get up and do it. And then I'm just like, yell at me more, because you're going to yell at me anyways. And see, those are toxic patterns that you start learning. But it's so funny, because you never notice that you pick up a habit sometimes until that thing that caused you to create that habit of tolerance shows up and goes, wow, how much have you been tolerating? You didn't want to go clean your dishes? I don't even put dishes in the sink anymore. I literally use my stuff, wash it, and put it away. That's how, it's just crazy. It's night and day, night and day. Hello, Amy. How are you today? So if you guys are resonating with my stories, because it's always story time, because I'm a storyteller, and that's why I'm going to write some books, because first of all, I'm a Pisces, and I'm telling you, we are like the storytellers of the zodiac. We just have so many things that happen to us, and I know I'm not the only one, because I had a Facebook group, and we had 40,000 people in there, and almost half of it was Pisces, and I learned a lot about all the ins and outs for like the 6 years that it was going. I learned what a healed Pisces is, what an unhealed Pisces is, and that's where all the manipulation and flashiness comes, is when you're unhealed. But most people, if they have a problem with Pisces, is because they've ran into one of those. They didn't run into the grounded, healed, happy one. Because when we're happy and healed, and we're in love with love, by the way, we're always going to be in love with love. No matter if we're with someone or not. So it's perfect that I'm an angel intuitive, because I can connect with love all day long. All right, Barbara, we'll see you in a little bit. Here is a message that goes with this, a message of the mountain, though. And this is, see this river and your flow, okay? Rivers and mountains go together. When someone is so desperate to have what they want to have, do what they want to do, or be who they want to be, they'd rather take little tiny teensy steps in the direction of their dreams than face one more day of doing without. I just can't help but open the floodgates. It's my greatest weakness. Was that a step? The universe. So no, your angels right now are confirming, if you can get over this mountain, and it's not about the mountain of problems in front of you, it's a mountain in your mind. If you can, because know the darkness and the negativity has a glass ceiling that it hits. It can't go past a certain point. The way it can't get up way up here. The way that it gets there is it hitches a ride on you, and it manipulates you to go up to those higher levels, because the darkness can only reach so far. And that's why the darkness and the angels don't get along, because darkness gets mad that the angels are duality. They can be in both the light and the dark. We just obviously like being in the light better. But the darkness can only stay in the darkness. That's the darkness. That's its little invisible fence. So no, your abundance flow will come to you. But you got to climb that mountain. If you climb the mountain in your mind, those little problems in front of you are going to be little pebbles, little stepping stones. They're not even going to be the big boulders that you're looking at right now. It's amazing what the power of the mind can do for you to get the courage to face things. And a lot of times when you face things, you find out there's really nothing on the other side of it. Fear is just fear itself. Fear is F everything and run. Forget everything and run. No running. No running. I've ran. I don't run no more. A power walk. Definitely climb over that mountain in your mind, guys. Angels want to bring you your abundance, but they aren't going to bless you if you're not having the right environment, okay? That's why if it's yours to be blessed with, it's coming. There's nothing that can stop it. But if you don't have good nurturing things around it to keep it in place, it's also not going to come in full force. It may come a little bit. But like, for example, I had a client who I was coaching, and she knew the winning lottery numbers quite often, but she never seemed to buy a ticket. She was with a narcissist, a really bad one, for like 10 years. He was abusive and stuff. And she noticed a lot of things in her life stopped happening, like doors started getting closed on her abundance and her ways of money and stuff. And when she divorced him and broke up with him, all of a sudden her luck got better. It changed. And that's for one. You're not going to win the lottery if you're with an abusive partner who already manipulates you and takes your money, or is manipulating you and trying to get into your money. God is not going to bless you with the biggest blessing of winning the lottery for that person to just steal it from you. Think about this. We ask for stuff, but yet we don't have a conducive environment. Would it really be conducive if you're a DV survivor and you're a lottery winner for you to get blessed while you're still married to your abuser? No, because he's going to take all your money, and then it's going to get worse, and then just bad things are going to happen. Either he's going to take it to the limit, you're going to get divorced. There's just bad things. I don't see anything good with that happening. But say you aren't with your abuser anymore. The paperwork, the dust is settled, the smoke settled, the war has finally coming to a close, and all of a sudden, boom, now you hit the lottery because now it's yours, and he can't do nothing. He wants to, he's going to try everything, but he can't do nothing to take it away from you. See, that's how the angels work. So be mindful when you're asking for things. First of all, does it serve your highest good, or is it serving your ego? Okay, and you'll know this by, is it shallow? Is this thing that I want right now, is this a shallow desire? Or is this a desire of change my whole life and for the better and nurture my higher self? And you will also know that because, say, for example, if you're trying to be a singer, okay, you winning the lottery and you winning a contract to be a singer, you're probably going to win that contract to be the singer because now you got longevity and that's your life purpose. See how that works? So I just like to let people know how this works, because manifesting does work. Angels do exist, at least in my world. And if they don't in yours, maybe you need to connect with your spiritual side a little more, because I cut mine off for many years. And my angels did not speak to me. They tried, but I was ignoring them because I wasn't hearing it. But now that I'm stepped into this energy, I'm hearing my higher self, and I'm doing things for me versus doing it for other people. So sometimes what we want and what we're supposed to get are two different things. So instead of you beating yourself up or cursing the universe because you didn't get what you wanted, ask yourself, in the end, 5 years, 10 years from now, would this have been the best decision? And that's really hard because your ego has to agree with you and say, no, it wouldn't have been the best decision. They were right. Thank you for not giving that to me. It's kind of like it would be fun to have a pet elephant. After the first hour and the 5 elephant poops that are consuming almost your front yard now because they're that big, now you got to reconsider, was having that elephant the very best thing? And you live in a skyscraper condo. Yeah, probably it wasn't, right? So this is such a beautiful card. Wow. Such a beautiful card. And this one really wants to come out too. I love the images on here. San Juanita, which creative avenue, writing, make jewelry, ceramics, painting, or cards. So I'll answer that in a moment. Un momento. We're going back to the flow. This is water flow cascading. And I have it reversed. Today you are a magnet for infinite abundance, divine intelligence, and unlimited love. Actually, this has always been true. Rock on, the universe. So definitely know you got to get in the divine flow to get your money flowing, to get your abundance and your prosperity flowing. And just because there's a little rock there, don't let it hold up your whole flow. Okay, the water goes around it. It starts creating new streams of income. I'm hearing that you need to create new streams of income. Stop putting everything into one basket, hoping that this is it. This is what I'm putting all my work into. It's now or nothing, because that's so much pressure. Put it in different streams. And just how this rock, have you ever seen a rock? When the water's coming up to it, what does it do? It goes around it, it parts, and it goes around the rock, and then it comes back together, right? So learn how to get around your roadblocks. Learn to find a new path around them. But I'm really hearing create multiple streams of income. And you will definitely, this might be for you too, San Juanita, because I'm definitely hearing all those are good, valid ideas. So I will do this for you, though. Of course it's right there. Of course it is. Let's see what's part of your soul purpose, and then, because you can do all those things. Writing is definitely part of your soul purpose. So, and crystals. So there are 2 things that you have confirmation right now that you can totally do. So writing is definitely there. So I would definitely say the card and the writing go together. And jewelry, make crystal jewelry. You would be very successful. Or if you do maybe workbooks, I'm hearing, something like that, like small little, like maybe affirmation books, something like that. A small little, a little 10-page book, something like that. But I'm hearing those would do really well for you. So let me know what you think about that. But definitely these 2 are in your purpose. And hey, look, you're on the right path. So keep going. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And that spirit that's purple, have mercy, compassion on yourself. Yes, children's book would... I just know crystals are a part of your soul purpose too. So just be mindful of that those go together, but you're definitely, spirit's helping guide you on these ideas that are coming. So just keep writing them down, even if they don't, you don't like, what do I do with this? Because I have notebooks here, like notebooks upon notebooks, and I've just written stuff down that comes to my mind. And 5 years later, guess what? I'm able to implement those ideas because they come and come, but I can't always put everything out there that comes to my mind. But I can write it down and use it for later. So, because when stuff's come into your mind, it's not just you having wishful thoughts. It is spirit coming in there, trying to answer a prayer. Maybe you want extra money. They're like, hey, do this. Hey, you should get an Etsy shop. Hey, you should get a Stripe shop, sell bracelets. They come in with all these little ideas, and our human brain goes, oh, that's just a coincidence. I'm not gonna, that's not logical. Well, that was your answer. So then you're like, I hate the universe. Everything's happening to me. Well, the angels are trying to help you out of it, but you gotta, that's where I say what you gotta be receiving, because we're not allowing things to flow, because we wanna implement our idea of what we think should happen. And if we would just start going with trying stuff out, who cares if it works out or not? It's going to work out. It's not going to work out. I have a book I'm going to read on one of these lives about the Xerox. If the Xerox didn't fail like over 100 times, the creators at Xerox, guess what? We would have no such thing as copies. You know, the copy guys, Xerox? Yeah, their idea to make that copier literally failed. I don't know how many times, over 100 times, guys. And because that person had to keep rethinking. I just watched a thing this morning that the vacuum cleaner was invented in the 1900s because a guy was at a shop and they used to have those wire things, and they would beat the rugs, and that's how they used to get the dirt out of them, right? But that was very toxic. He was coughing, he was dying with all the inhalation of that. So he started tinkering around with no more parts than what were in the custodial closet. He pulled out a fan, he pulled out a pillowcase, and kept tinkering with it, and it blew up in his face. He got dust in his face, I don't know how many times. And then finally, he figured out how to suction it, and now we have what is known as the vacuum. Okay, if these people wouldn't have put their pride on the line, because how humiliating is it that when you do fail, I know how it is to fail. I've failed, but did I fail? Because I just learned how not to do it. That's all I always say. You learn how not to do it. If you ever watched the movie Holes from Disney, it's actually a really good movie. His dad's an inventor, okay? And he's trying to invent this thing where the shoe doesn't smell. And they're eating, like, his inventions keep blowing up in the middle of the kitchen. And they're like, can't we just have one meal without having shoes? Thank you for the roses, Tina. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. I love it when I get roses. It makes me so happy. Definitely no, though, and I will answer your question in just a minute. Know that you gotta try. And if you fail, it's not failing. It's learning how 9 million ways not to do it. And my life is proof. I have learned 50,000 ways not to do a toxic relationship, 50,000 ways how not to be in a toxic relationship. Now, thank you, Tina. I am ready to be in a loving relationship and be loved and not be in a self-serving, like where it's self-serving for them. And I'm not getting anything out of it. Those days are bye-bye. Hey, sunshine armor, amor, sunshine, amor. I always look at it as armor, and then I think of amor. And then I think of both, because I love you both, because you're my girl. And I'm sending you a lot of love and light, my friend. All right, Tina, since you sent me some roses, we'll go ahead and I'll do a yes or no. And then I shall give you a reasoning behind the yes or no. So, in a good relationship, because I learned too. Awesome. I'm very excited for you, because we deserve to be in good relationships. And if you're with someone, what's the point of being with someone if they're going to make you feel like crap? I can feel bad all by myself. I have proved it. My depression comes when I'm by myself. Not always, though. It's when I'm by myself and I'm being picked on from the outside world. Because if I'm by myself, and I'm left to my own devices and it's positive, you don't even know what I could come up with. My guy has come home like, what did you get into? Because you never know what I just might get into by myself and be excited and happy. So I am totally happy by myself. I'm just mad when I tell you, I totally know. And I even tell you, hey, I want you to compliment me, okay? I want you to be emotionally available. I put all my needs, wants, everything on the table before we even go past that. So when I find out that your intentions were false and I fell for it, that's not a good ending. So be cool. I am going to figure it out. We all figure it out. At some point, we figure it out. So stop. That's why I got so mad about my whole marriage, is because I fell for false intentions. I was basically told false intentions. None of this stuff was real. It was just stuff to reel me in. And I thought I was smarter than that. But obviously I needed a lesson. And that lesson has made me even smarter than I thought I was. So LOL. All right, Tina, let's see. Will your relationship last? It looks like I'm seeing a yes. Peaceful resolution. Well, there's a peaceful resolution, but they're also coming up with no. So I feel like, yes, you guys are going to start talking. Let's see what's going on with that, because that's kind of a yes, no. And I'm feeling like that's on, has to be like more self-love kind of stuff. I'm always getting the ones that I put over here to hold stuff. I'm silly. I was married to my ex-husband for 24 years and cheating hurts. So that's what there you go. Because this came out, the no, and then the peaceful resolution. That's why I usually pick 2 cards, because it's not always, the angels don't really work in yes or no, and that's why I'm going to pull you another card. Because love is a free will choice, and all of our choices are free will, and you want that because you don't want some gremlin just making you their puppet. And so I like the fact that we have to make the choice. But if it's not for our love and light, then the angels, that's when we don't hear them very much, and we kind of block them out, because now we're on the lower realms of it. So let's see. Been with your boyfriend now for 5 years, been divorced for 8. Let's see. These, this is a whole bunch, but I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to go into detail of every card because that would take way too long. But these, literally fell out of my hands like I was shuffling. So I'm just going to go over these real quick. One is love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. And this is reversed. Okay, so right now I feel like you're having a very big conflicted. You're very conflicted with each other. And see that lion right there? That's about courage, strength, and you can see the couple there. So this is like you and your guy right now, and you're kind of like in turbulent times. It's about moving forward in courage and not repeating the toxic habit of, say, your ex-partner. You guys need to come together, and you need to talk, no matter how painful, how uncomfortable it is. You need to talk, because if this the angels are saying, if this love is worth having, you guys can truly tell each other how you feel, or you can, if you wear a false mask and you just keep going at the rate you're going, I don't see things changing. So I see that you really just need to have a ollie ollie oxen free is what I'm hearing, and wave the white flag. And when you go to talk about stuff, don't point fingers. You're the reason, I'm the reason. It's more of, I did this, I accept my fault, and you did this and it hurt my feelings, but we need to come together and come to some solutions of what can we do together, because I want to make this last. And if we can't come to these, I hope that didn't break up, because I really feel like this is the conversation that needs to be had. And spiritual connection, a relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So this is definitely part of a karmic relationship that you're learning here. And you guys have been brought to each other because you have unfinished you have unfinished business from the past. And if you look, the couple's at the bottom right here, right? And then their minds are up here, and see this road connecting their minds to each other? So I feel like this could even be a companion soulmate from the past, like a teacher. But you guys are definitely connected spiritually. Angels are asking you to have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. And you're seeing all these butterflies because one is about living in the present moment. Butterflies only live for like a few months, so their lifespan's very short. So it's about being in the present moment. And even if this relationship does or does not work out, you guys have been together this long. And it's funny, I was just wrapping up a 5-year relationship too. So it's about all that time that you invested into each other. Okay, take that, and instead of being resentful or sad about it, be happy for the 5 years that you guys have invested in each other, and know if it's meant to work out for you guys, it will. But start having that conversation, because ultimately, at some point, if you don't have that conversation, then it's just going to break up, and you're going to keep doing the cat and mouse chasing. It's going to keep coming back around, because if we don't have closure for relationships, that energy keeps repeating into new relationships. I promise you. You can't outrun a lesson. You have to face that lesson for you to stop reliving it. Be willing to express your love, and honesty is essential. See, honesty is essential. And if you see that mask and you see her back, don't turn your back to him. And he needs to reveal who he really is to you. But I see that there's hope here for you guys. There's a red rose, and that's about compassion, love. And I'm seeing peacocks right here. Peacock feathers are very, look up that spiritual animal. That is about you having faith. You're going through a rebirth, retransition. So the 5-year mark that you're at right now is 5 is a number of change. Okay, so this is about endurance is what I'm hearing. Are you going to be enduring this? And are you guys on the same page? We clicked at first, but not anymore. We can't even talk without an argument. And that is because you're at the 5-year mark, and that's a number of change. Now you guys need to evaluate, and you need to have the uncomfortable conversations of, why are we not on the same page together? And ultimately, the reason why, because I just went through this, I promise you, I'm telling you something from my heart. Once you get all that off of there, because you guys are conflicting, because you're not telling each other your truths anymore. Now you're just telling each other what you want to hear. You're trying to avoid a fight. You're trying to say something that doesn't trigger the other one. So now you're not authentically living together. Now you're just trying to avoid a fight. And law of attraction says you're going to attract it if that's the energy. And so it's about actually coming to each other and saying, I love you. We've been together this long. I'm not going to hate you either way, but I want you to remain in the love and my friendship. I've had you in my life this long. There was something here. So let's not ruin that. And let's either figure something out and continue it, or we have to be done, because I don't want to ruin all the good, happy times that we've had in the past just because we're growing apart. And I'm starting to learn people do grow apart. And my ex didn't take because he was a narcissist. And then that was just like, well, you're not taking this very well, and now you're being mean to me, and how is that going to make me want to stay around even more? So that's the conversations start getting your signs of whether you need to go or whether there's hope. I promise you, but you have to be in tune to that of your heart, of what do I really want? What makes me happy in this relationship? And being able to tell your person, hey, I'm not happy. And that's the hardest conversation you have, but it's the most freeing conversation you have, because then you stop lying to yourself and you stop being somewhere for someone else. It's kind of like having toxic friends. Why am I in this relationship? Because I do more for you than you do for me. And now it's imbalanced, and now it doesn't feel good anymore. So just exiting, or existing. So it's definitely, there is going to be a peaceful resolution, but it's about you to break the silence and have that uncomfortable talks. Nobody wants to have it, but I'm just telling you, it's going to happen, or you're just being ghosted, coming home to one day to it just ending, or that person just never talking to you again, and you just left with why. You know why, but you would have been nice to say, hey, I don't like you no more or something. That's why I've learned in this lifetime, we are not promised tomorrow. If it's on your mind, learn how to respectfully share it with the other person. It may hurt your feelings, but it's how I feel. And if it bothers you that much that you're not in my life anymore, that's why I was supposed to share it with you. Because if I hold stuff back, angels will literally inundate me with so many signs that I go bananas. I can't even watch a cartoon without my life being played into it. Because if I have to have a conversation and I'm holding back, it won't be very long before I hold that conversation with you, because I can't watch TikTok, I can't watch YouTube. Everything is a sign. Pop up, everything's talking about that conversation that I need to have with you. And so once you start getting to this spiritual awakening, you'll start noticing I can't hold stuff back. And but you have to learn how to also speak your truth. That's about clearing up your throat chakras. And it's fun. I got blue hair by my throat chakra here. Because you got to clear up your throat chakra to be able to speak your truth and it's about responding and not reacting. He did too that when we first started. After 3 months, he ghosted me. So see, I'm going to tell you right there, before I read anything else, that statement right there shows me that if he ghosted you, he's already got narcissistic tendencies, and he's got inner child wounds that tie to abandonment. Okay. And every time he gets overwhelmed or it starts getting emotionally too close, he's out of there. Pew! He's like a track star. I know this because I have dated and married one, and dated a lot of emotionally unavailable men. And I've learned it goes back to issues with their mom, and people make fun of it. But I don't think it's a funny thing, because a lot of people's moms were awful to them and did not give them that nurturing feeling. So therefore, they're empty inside. They really don't know what it feels like to just be loved. And I understand when somebody really hasn't been taught love. I've met those people. When I give them a hug, they're like, this is the best feeling in the world, but I don't want to get too attached to it, because if I do, it'll go away. And so it's more overwhelming. And then they're just like, I don't want none of it. And they block me, and they don't want to talk to me at all, because it's like, oh my God, it's like a foreign feeling to them. And if you've had love and, your parents got a lot of love by whoever, you'll understand this. But if you haven't, then that's an awful feeling. I've heard some stories, and I'm just like, wow, when did moms become such savages with their children? I don't understand it. I understand the dad thing a little bit, because the child wasn't carried in that parent's body. But with moms, like, I don't know, but it's very true. Some moms don't have that maternal attachment, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's because simply you were never shown it. And I just think that's why I come out here do these shows and sit and take my time to really share messages with you guys, because I think it's an awful thing for somebody not to know what love is and to adopt toxic love, because I did that. I know what love is, but I also know what toxic love is, and I've had both of them. And I learned I turned to toxic love when I didn't get the true love, because I know what true love is. I know how it feels. And I know what healthy love feels like. And then sometimes you just want that, so you go for the toxic love instead. But the toxic love, there's no longevity in it. And the more you stay in it, the harder it is to get out, and the more the prison bars come down. I'm just saying. But if you ever want to do a toxic relationship coaching with me, I can definitely help you. Yes, his mom and dad abandoned him, and he was on his own at 14. So yeah, I left home when I was 14, and I'm not categorizing everyone, but that's what the angels are saying that about. So take that into mind, that that's what's happening. That doesn't excuse people's behavior, but then when I know that about someone, that makes it easier for me to not feel bad if I don't connect with them, if I have to pull my energy back, because I'm protecting my energy, because I love you. There's people that are in my heart that I will carry with me forever. And even if it was toxic, because there was true love there, it was just toxic, and toxic love isn't reciprocated as right. But I know even those toxic person, I gave them that hint of learning how to love. And now maybe they could love, but I understand the whole thing, but it's about what's best for you, what fills up your cup and what makes you happy. And toxic love, unrequited love, trauma bonded love does not do it, girl. I promise. It's hard. I just went through this literally. But I'm okay to be by myself than I am to ever go into the intentions. If I know you can't ever truly love me back, why am I going to torture myself with that? Why don't I just find a more vibrational fit, send you love and light, release you with forgiveness, and hope the best for you, and we can even still be friends. But I'm not going to torture myself, because I need to be fulfilled in here. And I am going to be selfish on that, because this heart has been rebuilt quite a few times, and I can't shatter it no more. I'm not going to let it get shattered like that, because I'm going to protect my energy. So, and here's a beautiful message I was going to read before I got into your reading. One of abundance's many corollaries is that the brighter your light shines, the more you attract everything, moss and butterflies. Check out that video about moss and butterflies on my theme too. At which point you begin learning what to celebrate and what to let fly on by, or whom. Flame on, the universe. So this is definitely, I have a video on my page, on my TikTok, about moss versus butterflies. And some people out there, you may not know that not all of us, just because the caterpillar goes into a cocoon, we don't all come out butterflies. Some of us come out a moth. The difference is one is diurnal and one is nocturnal. So one flies during the day and one flies during the night. What are you? Did you come out a moth or a butterfly? Are you an empath? Are you a narcissist? Are you an empath or a dark empath? People don't talk about dark empaths. Dark empaths are almost a narcissist. But the reason why you're a dark empath is because you have all this spiritual knowledge. You're clearly on the spiritual awakening, but you won't let that ego get in the way of, so you know all this cool spiritual stuff. You even know how to manifest instantly, but you can't raise your vibration because you're so unhealed inside that you sit and be a dark empath. So the reason why it's not about your evil, it's that you have love, you feel people, but you don't know how to show that love back because you never got the love that you truly needed, and you haven't healed yourself yet to be able to fill up your cup Okay. And that's something that we learn. That's why I'm very big on self-love. I did not have the self-love because I did not have the teachers I had the teachers to teach me not to do things like run out in front of traffic. But I didn't have the teachers to teach me that it's very important to fill up your heart, to have very good self-talk. Nobody taught me that. I was taught to tell myself how stupid I was and how ugly and fat I was. And I was taught myself all these bad things to tell myself. And I work very hard to teach my daughter the opposite, okay? Because you are who you are. Why sit here and beat yourself up? Yes, I may be a little chubby. Yes, I may be a little weird. Yes, I could just sit here and list all things that I am. It is not that hard to pull out my faults. How hard is it for you to pull out the positives in yourself? Try that one. I have pretty eyes. I have a smart brain. See, you can't pull out as many as quickly, right? As rapid fire. I have lots of friends. I have a fun personality. I'm abundant. I can have gifts to connect with the angels. I have a smile that lights up the room. See, these are things that I was never taught. I taught myself this. And I had plenty of narcissists working on me every day to try to teach me their narcissist theory. And maybe that's why I'm not a narcissist coach, because I heard it so much that I don't even want to hear about the topic. I love to help people out of it. But when it comes to, I forget, like, what are the 5 signs of a narcissist? I almost forget, because I'm at the point of healing that I don't even want to think about those awful times and those degrading moments. So it's funny when I watch all these videos of how fast people can pop off personalities and how to deal with, if you know you're dealing with one. And you notice most of my content isn't surrounded by that. I actually took down the video that I had pinned up that had 4,000 likes because I got tired, because it was about if you want to feel crazy, argue with a narcissist. And it is a great video. And it has, obviously, it's my first video that ever hit 4,000 likes. Hi, Michelle, how are you? I don't have self-love. Well, you can come totally learn it. It's something we can learn, all of us together. But yeah, I took down that narcissist video and I just let it float around. You can go check it out. It's very funny, very enlightening. But I got to the point that I was like, I'm tired of it, because this is how bad it's affecting, if everybody can relate with that video. And then I'm like, well, we're going to talk about something else. And so that's what's funny, is this is where you know you got self-love, because instead of putting the one up, ooh, I got 4,000 likes on my video. I would love to have 1 million. I still have yet to have any video go viral. My highest one on YouTube is 232 likes, and I'm so proud of that one. And it was by a guy named John, who is also a fellow salesperson, who wrote a book about sales and published it on Amazon. And he actually helped me out and shared that video because it's the highest liked one. And so, but that's where you go, self-love or likes. And yes, I do like the likes. It makes me happy. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. I enjoy roses. I enjoy all kinds of, I enjoy when people give me donations, when I get reviews. I like it all. But when I come out here, my whole thing is not, I know I'm not always the most liked person because I am truthful. And that's okay with me, because if I'm not going to be liked because I told the truth, who cares? Because I am living out my purpose. And I've also learned that now that I've hit this point in time, I also have a chance to fix all those things that I didn't do right and leave my daughter a legacy. Because at this point, I want, when I leave, my daughter and my grandkids or whatever come across me, or all those people that come across me, I have so much videos out there now, and they make me very happy. Because even if I pass tomorrow, I would have an awesome legacy and it wouldn't just be the self-hate, low vibe, negative energy that the first 40 years of my life was made up of. Okay, those were my learning years. and they say you learn in your 20s. I'm sorry, man. I have learned more in my 40s than I ever knew in my 20s because my brain was not ready to accept anything in my 20s. See? Knowledge, and I'm like fine wine. I get get better as I age. Okay, when I'm like 70, I'm gonna be a freaking genius. I'm gonna be chilling. I want to be like Lois Hay, getting paid to go to talk shows, and this is my dream. This is what I set out to do, and that's why I pace myself, and that's why I don't have 1 million followers, because I'm not going to go buy followers, and I'm not going to just get 1 million people to watch me. That's another thing, because I have pages that I just, like my Instagram, I got all these followers. Do I get a lot of people that really pay attention to my content? No. You know why? Because they're just followers. They're just there to get followed back. But like on my TikTok, I actually have people that I actually have conversations with. I feel like I get on here and I actually feel like even if they're not brave enough and we can't sit down and just chat because maybe they feel judged or whatever, I feel like even I can get on here and just give them some validation. And I feel like I make more of a difference on here than I ever did on any of my other social medias. So that's where you see my content. You see my content where I feel accepted. My Facebook never got over 1,000 likes, by the way. It's only like, it was at 666 for a minute. I was like, please, I'm going to shut this down if it doesn't, like, I don't need a demon page, okay? Like, that's what I just kept seeing. Like, and then I just got to the point of, okay, I have all these pages. Where am I going to go now? And I decided that right now I'm concentrating, because it's about where do you concentrate your energy? You can't sporadically just put all this magic everywhere. You got to put it somewhere. So now I've been doing here on TikTok and I've been doing my YouTube. And between both of those, I feel so amazing. And I feel like my energy is more like people are actually seeing my stuff, and it's an actual nice feeling. So I'm going to actually start putting more videos out there that aren't just my lives here. I'm actually like I just put a week of the message out on Monday, and so you're going to start seeing actual readings. But it took me a while to step in my power and my happiness and my flow, because I had a lot of narcissists come, and I kind of rushed my healing a little bit. I wanted to open this business so bad in 2018 that I was like, I know I have healing to do, but I'm doing this. And just know when you do that, you're going to be living out your karmic lessons in front of people. So if you're okay with that, then more power to you. Do it. But I feel good. And, you know, they say if you can make it past the first year, you're good. Well, I made it past the first 5 years. I started in 2018, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 4 years. 4 years. Okay. I'm going on my 5th year. July is my anniversary of when I opened this. So, hey, you never know what's going to come out, but definitely. And I want to let you guys know I'm starting a support group Sundays. So if you're interested, send me your email through my link tree. There's a thing where you can send a message to me, and send me your email and I'll get you signed up, because I'm about to put the link today on my actual link tree so you can go sign up for it. But it's going to be a Sunday night. It's called Toxic Shadow Meeting, and it's for any kind of toxic relationship, romantic, narcissist, any kind of toxic relationship you can deal, you know, if you're dealing with romantic issues, work issues, people issues, whatever is toxic that you're dealing with. We're going to be talking about a topic and then go around the room, let people share stories, and just kind of give you some tips. And probably be like an hour and a half. It'll be at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm on Mountain Time. Nobody knows Mountain Time, so I just go with Central Time because everybody knows that. 7:30 Central Time. And you guys just send me your email, and it's going to be on Zoom, so you don't have to worry about the trolls coming in. And because those kind of meetings I feel work better in a closed environment. So I'm definitely going to be doing those for you guys. And then you can know if you want to sign up for my coaching or if you want more help from me. But I need to start putting these these things that I've made and start implementing them. And I got down on myself, like I said, about 6 months ago, because I had terrible roommates and I had some other terrible energy I attracted from some other TikTokers on here, and had to clear all that up. But now I'm feeling awesome, and I'm telling you, when I'm feeling good, you never know what might come out of me. So I'm definitely feeling like this picture here. And you know, it's funny, this message is coming out again. This is about climbing the mountain. Every single day I'm pressing out and reeling in the abundance you're making room for in your life as I observe everything you think, say, and do. Yeah, I'm not so fond of the reeling in part. Pressing my heart out, the universe. So it's all about, what are your thoughts right now? What are you thinking? Are you thinking a bunch of worry thoughts? If you're thinking a bunch of worry thoughts, know that you're manifesting a bunch of scarcity and worry, because like attracts like. So if you're going through a moment, instead of focusing on the problem, go do something to change your mind off something else. And when you think about it, just keep, that's where the repetition of the affirmations comes in. Like, set your alarm, and all of a sudden it'll come in and say, I am abundant. I have everything I need. And so it is. Or you can pick your whatever affirmation feels right for you. I had one for however mood I felt for the week. And we had an affirmation for the week. And if you join my Toxic Shadows group on Sundays, you'll be having this affirmation, because I'm going to teach you guys stuff like this. And this is the free support group that I'm going to provide in case you, for one, so you can know if you want to do my coaching on Patreon, you can go check out the different levels of Patreon. The first level is just where you get just a daily personalized angel message for yourself. And then you get all the rest of it that comes with it. But I've definitely made it on my Patreon. The highest one is like $77 a month. And that's like the biggest discount for my intuitive coaching, because normally I do $65 an hour, guys. So I'm doing this specifically for my Patreon people, because I want, like I said, to help people get connected with coaching. And I don't want you feel like it's not within your reach, because a lot of people, I have been there when I needed to go see literally a psychiatrist. I felt like I was losing my marbles, and I didn't have the money, and I didn't have insurance. And then to go without insurance is literally $100 an hour to pay for an hour to go see a shrink. And then don't get me started on the cost of the money, because the money is almost about $100, $200 a bottle. So I understand where mental health is coming in, and all the stuff that I teach is stuff that you can totally use. Even if you are in counseling, you can incorporate all this stuff. Maybe not tell them about angels and stuff like that, but you can all the other stuff, because I work in a medical mindset, because I was a medical assistant for so many years. So all my programs incorporate a little bit of counseling, stuff that you've seen in counseling, and a little bit of intuitive stuff. So which deck is that? So this is Mike Dooley, Notes from the Universe, or Notes from the Universe on Abundance. He is from Hay House. See, I was an RMA, a registered medical assistant. You also have my same birthday. This is my parallel universe, me. So go give Michelle a follow yeah, that's crazy that you're a certified medical assistant. Yes, I was a registered medical assistant, but I didn't get it redone this past time. I did it the last time, but this time I just let it go because I'm a holistic healer now. But it was hard because I was a registered medical assistant for like 4 years. So yeah. Some days, like I'm sad some days that I'm not a medical assistant, but I love what I'm doing here. And it's hard for me to be a medical assistant because there's so many rules, and I'm the one who comes in and they don't like me because I'll tell you the business so you don't screw up your whole visit and you don't get what you need. Because if you say one thing wrong, they're like, nope, you don't get that medicine. And they also don't tell you when you go in for a Ritalin, if you're on Ritalin, you can't, even if you're in a legal state, you can't, those two can't go together, and therefore you're not going to get your medicine. And they don't tell you this with a lot of stuff, and then therefore it just doesn't come out. That's where all the chaos ensues. I love it. I love these just keep popping out. This one wants to come out too, so I love the colors today. This is I feel a very prosperous, healing, and abundancy with all these colors and all these rivers. I'm feeling the divine flow today. $1 million is a lot only when you don't have it. With 10 million, 1 million can practically be overlooked and is therefore much less intimidating. Pretend you have 10 million. To the bank, the universe. And see, I told you all about that green. Green is about healing, prosperity, and abundance. And I'm feeling that you need to water your garden. I'm hearing water your garden, and that you start tending to your garden. Do you want your garden to be lush and green and vibrant like this, or do you want it to be opposite, where it shrinks up and all your luscious green leaves are brown and crumply? See, the angels are telling you, you have the ability to attract the mind, but your garden is up here. Okay, tend to this daily. Start plucking out the weeds in there, and don't let people live in your mind rent-free. Stop doing that. You need to charge them, okay? Just like I said, if you want to tell me what to do in my life, then come pay the bills, and then you still can't tell me what to do, because I tell me what to do. So I love this, though. It's so beautiful. I'm loving the colors this morning, the energy. The trick with spending money lies in knowing with every fiber of your being that will return, and so it must, and as if on wings, the universe. So the trick with spending money lies in knowing with every fiber of your being that it will return, and so it must, and as if on wings, the universe. So know whatever you give, you get back, right? Good or bad. If you give money, or if people have taken money from you out there and something's truly yours, the law of the universe says it's going to come back to you, okay? If it's a law of possession. If you own it, it's yours. It's coming back to you. So stop dwelling on what you've lost or what you don't have, because that simply means it wasn't yours. And then the only reason why you're saying it's yours and that you deserve it is because your ego is stepping in there, because your higher self is like, yeah, well, it was a lot of money. It sucks, but if we got it once, we'll get it again. Your ego's like, you better get that. You better hide it. You better beat up anyone who comes and tries to take it. And mine, 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 mine. That's the ego. And then your higher self is like, cool, we have all this money. Let's go give people sandwiches today. And chips. Just because. It's gotten worse, though, last year. Yeah, and I think the angels, I'm pretty sure. Hi, Dreddy 808. I think the medical field, the reason why I also am not in it is because I don't think I could have hung with COVID, because that was just a lot of masa that I was already having a fun time with the swine flu and all that good stuff when it came out. Yeah. I think I'll pass. I really give kudos to anybody who is doing the epidemic or the pandemic here recently, because stuff gets crazy in the medical offices, let me tell you. And it gets even worse because then you got your boss telling you, we need to do this. You got your doctors telling you, we got to do this. And then you got your patients, and everybody's just got their own opinion. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm going to also share a message from another favorite deck I have. And this is Love Your Inner Goddess from Elena Fairchild. And if you are trying to learn self-love, go get this deck. You will not be sad at all. This deck is the first deck that I got when it came to, and I love her artwork too. When I came to learning how to do self-love and learning all that, and see what messages, because you can't, just like you can't shut down your ego, you can't shut down your feminine or your masculine side. Ultimately, whether you're male, female, or you're trying to be the other, if you're a male trying to be a female, you still have to embrace your other side. You can't just shut down, because now it becomes imbalanced. You can't just be man or female. You got to have both of those energies together. That's what makes us balanced. Thank you, angels, for blessing this reading, making sure it's specific in the light and full of blessings for everyone involved. And this message wants to come out like nobody's business. It was this one that really wants to come out. Be brave and true. And your number 19, and that is for Spirit Warrior. And then this has a whole little thing, so I like to read the guidebook sometimes, because these ones specifically have the wording in it is what I'm guided to read to you. So listen to the words that come out, because most of these, I do read these out of intuition. But when it comes to the inner goddess ones, you'll understand why here in a second, why I want to read you the beautiful message in it, because it's like a beautiful message from your angels, really, is how I feel about these ones. So number 19, that's also very important. It is actually a karmic number. Number 19. Also, the 1900s, if you guys want a little lesson, the number 19 is the karmic number that we are all dealing with if you were born in the 1900s to 1999. 2000 is not dealing with the number 19. The number 19 is the karmic lesson of basically you learning how to be nice to each other and do right by each other. That's it in a nutshell. You can go look it up. But that is a karmic lesson that everybody because there are only a few karmic numbers. Number 13, number 16, number 14, and number 19. Number 19 is a karmic number. And everybody shares it, especially those that were born in the 1900s, especially deal with that number. So you are earning the right to make significant progress in your life. The universe will make certain you are ready for the breakthrough by testing your spiritual maturity. The universe wants to make sure that we are wise enough to use our increased power and any other blessings wisely and not hurt ourselves or others. Even if no one else knows about it, will you behave with integrity and be true to yourself? Will you be kind even when you could be in the position to judge another? Be the best human you could be and know that any test you are going through are actually predictions of positive changes and divine gifts are headed your way. Hi, King. How are you? Integrity means being true to yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else says about it or if their values are different to yours. When you are becoming a spirit warrior, you are learning to stand up and fight with love for what matters to you. Sometimes it can seem like spirit warriors need to live a higher standard than others. When you need to be the better person in a situation, it's been set up that way by the universe because you can actually be that person. Not everyone is capable of that, and the heavier load falls upon the stronger shoulders. But the more spiritual responsibility we have, the more we are helped to succeed. And the path of the spirit warrior may not seem to be the easiest sometimes, but actually it's easier in the long term, because not liking or respecting yourself eventually leads to a tragic loss of soul. And our soul brings us creative fire, passionate purpose, and love so strong we want to heal the world, as well as a spiritual connection and so much more. It is worth the effort to safeguard it by living in an honorable way. If that means living to a standard that is spiritual rather than ordinary, then that's okay. It's more beautiful and special way to live anyways. So fight the good fight, spirit warrior. Great things are headed your way, and you are showing yourself worthy and ready for great success. I love this because if you guys have been sitting in here in the past half an hour, and I love it even more that if you were listening to what I just said, this card literally just encompassed everything that I was just talking about being brave and stepping out on your own spirit path. That's what these yellow are for. I'm hearing friendship. Yellow is for friendship, yellow roses. And yellow is about having courage. It's your solar plexus. It's about enlightening your soul and your mind. And I'm really sorry, like I told you guys, spirit loves to touch my face. And especially my nose right here. So when I'm doing this, it's because I'm feeling like a feather is so. And I try to catch myself from doing it, but you know, I always like to explain because I know people are like, man, how many times she gonna touch her face? 95 million more, okay? And I will eat my hair. I will also scratch my ears because I feel like, so when I'm doing all this, it's because I'm feeling stuff on me. So here's a sacred ritual. If this resonated with you, okay? Gaze at yourself in a mirror. Say aloud, I see you. You are brave. You have gone through a lot and you have grown wiser and stronger. I respect you. I love who you chose to be. Put your hands in prayer and bow your head for a moment with respect in your heart. So if you can do that every day, this is going to help you to release all that negative programming of being told that you're not worthy, because you are. And with that spirit warrior message of be brave and true comes out Madonna of Roses. And I love these cards, make me happy. So I'm going to put it up here if you guys want to take a screenshot. Definitely have it on there. The number 43 is a very big angel number, by the way, too. And you can see a yellow butterfly in her crown right here, along with red roses. Red is about your root chakra. Yellow is about your solar plexus and being brave and being true to yourself. And if you look at her eyes are yellow. Yellow eyes are about looking to your future through the eyes of courage. It's very important. So let's see. There's a way to be fierce that doesn't betray the kindness of your heart. When you know that to enable someone to behave badly towards you doesn't help them or you, you don't need to subject yourself to unnecessarily you don't need to subject yourself to unnecessary guilt for taking care of yourself or fear that you aren't being compassionate. You are teaching yourself and others the truth that love is based in respect, and trying to take what doesn't belong to you through any form of aggression or manipulation, seduction or persuasion is neither loving or respectful. The thorns are sharp because they need to be. They don't diminish the beauty of the rose. They protect it. And it says, your soul is a holy rose, a sublime creation under the care and protection of the Madonna of the Roses. The soul that is a holy rose holds an exquisite spiritual perfume. She goes through struggles early on in life that teach her when she will need to protect herself from those people or situations that would try to cut her off from what vitalizes and inspires her with life. She is taught to recognize that those that would steal her away from her destiny and try to use her for their own selfish purposes. And she knows that people try to use her do not love her. People try to use you, they do not love you. They are interested in what they can gain from you, not what they can share and create together with you. They want you to know that you were not shy to let such unworthy hands grasp after you and you will let them feel your piercing thorns. And it says, so she is not shy to let such unworthy hands that grasp after her feel the piercing of her thorns. By the time she reaches spiritual maturity, fully blooming as the rose, the Madonna of Roses, she understands that she is here on this planet to heal many souls with her divine feminine beauty. She can only do this when she takes care of herself. She can only allow others to love her, but she can never put her well-being or safety into the hands of anyone other than herself and the divine mother that watches over her. She is her own woman, this holy rose, a living temple of the goddess, bringing beauty to earth. And I love this. And it says heart of a warrior up here. And I definitely know you guys are feeling this. May your day be as beautiful as you are, my heart. Thank you. As your heart. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate that. That makes me happy. So I love this one because this is all about roses are beautiful. I tell people that all the time. Roses are beautiful, but they have thorns. And thorns are there not to diminish the beauty of the rose, but to protect it. And I am beautiful because I also protect my energy and know that just because I am a beautiful rose, not everybody needs to smell me. Literally. Because people come and smell my essence and take it away. And yes, I am a fun, warm, cozy blanket. I am an angel intuitive. But a lot of energy healers will feel me out there. That's where you get energy vampires. Because people come, it's fun. But other than that, I choose who I share my energy with. And if I come out here, I'm choosing to share it on a much larger platform. But when I'm not live, then I'm choosing what parts of my energy I'm going to share with you when I make my videos, like on my YouTube and stuff. So definitely know you are worthy of all the beautiful magic of the world. But you choose who you want to share that beauty with. And that's why I'm all for women. And like, just because we're beautiful doesn't mean you can look, don't touch, okay? Like, we are here to be admired. And if we want to share that beauty with us, don't come manipulate us. I really hate when people manipulate to get something, because they're going to figure it out in the end. So that's a very huge, huge message right here that I'm going to put out there for you guys. Be brave and true, and know you are a Madonna of Roses. And the number 43 and 19 are very big numbers for you to get a message out of today. So go look up. All you got to do is put Google angel number 43. And if you don't, maybe that's how you can just do it by yourself. But if you need like a more insight, come get a session with me and I can tell you how all these numbers apply and karmic lessons and past lives and all the fun stuff. So I believe if I'm going to take my time to go through and give all these messages and disturb spirit, and hey, spirit, you're going to come down here and work with us, I might as well do more than just give out messages. I might as well show you how to apply them, because that's the thing that drives me crazy. And that's why I'm a different kind of medium than if you sit down for a mediumship reading with me, I'm not going to just tell you, yeah, your person's alive, they love you, and they miss you. That is the biggest waste of money, because I don't care. Like, woo, yay, so what? And even if you get the confirmation, that doesn't help me. What do I do? Because I need something to help facilitate this void of, I need to talk to my dad, and I need dad advice, and I don't trust anyone on this human plane. I want to talk to my person to know what his thoughts are of me buying this car, because he was a mechanic. That's the kind of reading that I want. So when I do my readings, I have a 2-part process. I actually have you send me the picture of your loved one first, so I can, because I can see pictures. Spirit puts these pictures in, I see them in the wall. I don't know how to explain it, but I can like do the lazy eye, kind of like a 3D picture where the picture comes out at you. And I do this gaze, and I start connecting with Spirit and seeing these pictures. Well, then after I give you those messages, then I proceed to go through, like, answer your questions and actually give you some validations on some things. So, and then you freak out because it all coordinates. And the coolest thing this morning that made me really happy, I got on my YouTube, and the message that I put out there for the week, which is about you are stronger than your circumstances, and it's pinned on my YouTube. And a girl wrote on there, seriously, have you been stalking me? Because every detail was on point, and I was pushed to come, like I was guided to come over to your channel to watch this video, and everything rings true. And thank you so much. Like, she was just like tripping. And I've been like that too, because there aren't very many readers, but I know when Spirit's divinely guiding me to listen to something, because all of a sudden I'm sitting there listening to a tarot card reader, and I don't do that. Obviously I can get my own messages, but when you get frustrated, or you fall out of sync with your angels and you become a little lower vibe and you're not as high vibrating, it's hard to read for yourself. And that's why you're like, why are you guys going to other people? I used to feel embarrassed about that. Why am I going to somebody else's reading? They think I'm just over here, being a voyeur. No. Sometimes it's weird, but coaches need coaches too. Intuitives need intuitives too. Sometimes it helps me to talk to other people to get their viewpoint, because my ego is now not in the middle of trying to validate some BS. And if I go to some other person and I'm getting the same message but in a different perspective, now I'm like, okay, confirmation. That's not a coincidence. That's a confirmation. We need to learn that word, confirmation. I am having many confirmatory experiences today. But that's okay, because once you bring awareness to something, that's when the end of it comes. Because your brain will not keep entertaining something that hurts you if it's aware that it's hurting you. Okay? If it's not aware that it's hurting because you have told yourself this does not hurt, but it really hurts you, it's eventually going to be like, I don't like that. And I don't know what you're saying. You're saying this doesn't bother you. I'm not okay. I'm not fine. And that's when your higher self is like, all right, ego, I can't take it no more. And you're kicked out. You got to go sleep in the doghouse. Always have other readers do mine. Yeah, because fortuitous. I love that word. Love it. Yes, Joey, I believe that too, but I don't trust a lot of other readers. So see, that's why Spirit guides me to people, because they know I still have those trust issues. I don't just trust people, because people aren't real with their intentions. So it may be a little while. I give everyone a chance, but I cut you off real quick if I see any kind of bad intentions, because any kind of bad intention that I'm like, oh, well, that's not that bad, it grows worse. So I have learned, if I go, oh, well, that's not that bad, I'm doing it again. Sorry, I love you. Blocked, deleted, out of my life, not talking to anymore, because they're just tests. And then I stop feeling about it, because why am I going to feel bad about my tests? Because now I'm passing my tests instead of failing them. So, And when you're a trauma survivor, you don't trust yourself. That is part of the trauma response. You do not trust yourself, because if you trusted yourself, you wouldn't have got yourself into all that trauma, right? That's how we think. And it's not true, because that trauma was going to happen to you regardless. If you said, yes, I want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. I'm going to hide from it. It's going to happen to you regardless. So buckle up and let's go do it. And that's what I started doing. I even one day was like, all right, darkness and devil, you think you're so funny? You've been messing. I was having a moment. I was like, you think you're so funny? I was like, you bring it. I got into my ego. I got into Jessica, Maleficent. I got into my power, and I was like, bring it. I am not a coward. I am Sparta. I was done that day. I was like, you bring every lesson. We're not pussyfooting around no more. We're not doing this. You bring it, and I want to know if I got some lessons out there, I want to learn them. Because you're not going to intimidate or scare me anymore. And that was this past year, and that's when I've really stepped into my power and know that I really do not fear the fear no more. I do not fear the darkness. And it's taken me many years to come out of that. And it's also, when you're in that environment, you got to get out of that environment and know that it's not normal for all the chaos. But then you get out of the chaos and you're like, it's so quiet. I can't have all this quiet, because now I'm getting up into my head. So it's a whole process of things you're having to dismantle, and good times, guys. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it. She said, LOL, love your energy, you rock. Thank you. I try to get up on here and just have a good time. Because like I said, there's been times that I didn't think I was going to see the next day. I didn't even know how. If you've ever been in such a bad moment that you're like praying for the sun to come up and the night to be over. I've been there, so I fully understand it, guys. But I am living proof also that if you connect with a higher power and you don't let your ego tell you how it is, and you have faith and believe that there's better for you and that you're here for a purpose, it'll appear and show in itself, and it'll take care of you. So don't give up. Because I sometimes look back in my life and trip like, how did we even make it out as kids? Some days I'm like, there's some stuff. At 19 years old, a girl flipped a car and I was in it. I didn't have my seatbelt on. She was driving 100 miles an hour. I lived because I held on to, the angels had me hold on to the car seat headrest, and they actually showed up before all the ambulance and everybody showed up because they wanted me to be here. So I know I'm here for a purpose. Find your purpose. Don't let anyone knock you out of your purpose. If you don't understand my purpose, it's okay. Guess what? It's my purpose, not yours. So you don't have to really wrap your brain around what I'm doing or make sense of any of it. You need to make sense of what your life is and what you're doing and how you can make yours better if you don't like it. And if we would put more focus and energy on that, and guess what? I'm going to give you permission right now. It is not selfish. Angels want you to know you have full permission to be as selfish as you want to, because that's not selfish. And the humans got it wrong when they started calling people selfish for taking care of themselves. Okay, is it selfish on an airplane when you put your mask on first? No. You're told to put your mask on first. Why? Because you need oxygen first. Because if not, you will pass out from no oxygen. So you got to put your oxygen mask on first before you worry about your neighbor. And if you have healed and you got out there, now you've gotten to this point where you can go share, break out of your comfort zone and do the IDGAF, okay? Because you need to go out there. This world, if you have something in you that you're a little worried about, you're a light worker, you're whatever, go do that. Because we're having this mass awakening for a reason. Things are changing for a reason. Because this was not supposed to be our intended reality, to be depressed and sad. Our intended reality was to be here, to be a community, to share with each other, to have people to share experiences with. So if you're not liking the things that you're seeing out there, start creating a new movement, because that's what I'm doing. And the little small things that I've even seen in the past 5 years of me getting up here and just connecting with complete strangers on different platforms, I've seen my stuff implemented. And that is like the coolest feeling in the world. It's really cool when I see somebody how depressed they are and their Facebook is just full of, I hate the world and this world sucks and all this low vibe. And then they followed me for 6 months or a year, and all of a sudden they start talking better and they start using some of my words. And I'm like, the power of the angels. So Shell Bell, right? First time here. Glad I found this. Love. Aw, thank you, Joey. You're awesome. Hello, sweetheart. Love. 5. Amen. Hugs. Our guides protect us. Yes, they do. So, Michelle, I'm so glad I got to see you today. Continue to be blessed and share your blessings, bright soul. Thank you. Hugs, Joey. Thank you, guys. I feel the love in here today, and I got my cool rainbow hair. It's a chakra hair, but see, we're so programmed that we all think it's LGBTQ, and I also support that because I have many, many close loved ones that are LGBTQ, and at the moment, my 11-year-old daughter is going into that, and you know, she either will, she won't. I don't care either way, because it is what it is, and I support every walking human form of life, and what you decide to do with your sexuality and your life is none of my business. Don't care, because that doesn't make you the human. When I look at people, I look at your soul, your heart, your energy. I really don't care about the rest. And I wish all of us could just have rainbow colored hair. How cool would that be, though? Someone give me some wigs. I have too much. I already know I'm enjoying this too much that I'm definitely and you know, I might do Instacart, so just for some extra money. So how fun would that be? Because I'm already got this idea that you guys are going to start seeing me. I saw another angel intuitive out there, and she put some wings on and walked around with the sign that said free hugs, because she's like a straight up hippie. And so I've been wanting to do something like this, but I'm going to give out like cards too, right? And so you guys are going to start seeing me in like random cities with a sign with angel wings. But I was thinking I could do Instacart and like go and put a wig on and have my angel wings. And how fun would that be to like be the delivery person? I have a good time. If I worked at a place like Quickie Chickie and I had to wear the hat of, you guys have ever seen Good Luck Charlie? He works at Quickie Chickie with a big old rubber chicken on the hat. I'm telling you, I was a raver back in the day. I used to wear bell bottoms. That's what Jinkos are. They're bell bottoms. And I called them my moon boots because they were candies. They were Skechers back when they used to look like candies. They were black and white. My older folks will know what I'm talking about. They were the shiznit back in the day. We loved our candies. I'm going to wrap this up, guys. You have been a wonderful audience today, and thank you so much for all the likes. And I'm going to wrap this up with some power thoughts by Lois Hay. If you are learning new on the self-love journey, definitely get yourself some of these. And these are the perfect ones to just pull out if you need a positive thought to connect with for the day. Pull out one of these. I used to pull one out, or whichever ones came to me, and I would put them on the mantle. And that was the card that I walked by all day and focused on. So there's different ways. Just know that you have a choice over what you fill your mind with, good or bad. And if you're letting the bad overfill it, it's okay if, you have those moments. But know that you have the power to make that stop anytime you want, but you're going to have to dig deep and get that power. And I promise, if you connect with the right person or the right information, you will be able to get that power. I have pulled people out of the darkness. I've seen people pulled out of the darkness just by hearing the right things. So you've got to give yourself that power. My aunt had to hide it, finally married her partner of many years. See? You got to be authentic. Gotta be authentic. All my relationships are harmonious. When we create harmony in our minds and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer, always. So this is definitely important. Thoughts are things. If you're happy in here, you're going to be happier out here. You can put all the makeup you want to here. I even have pictures that I looked at I had my makeup on, and guess what? I feel that I look prettier today with less makeup on because my vibe is happy on the inside. I'm truly happy with myself. I'm not fully happy. I'm not fully healed, but I am at a point that I can actually say, Jessie, I love you. And I don't feel weird, and I'm not going to beat up on myself because somebody told me that's weird. Why you talk about yourself as a third person? You know why? Because I'm the shit. Jessica is pretty awesome, and she's just misunderstood. So, and if you have self-love, it's not conceited, it's self-love. So those girls that are beautiful out there, if I had some of that, we all have our stunning beauty, but I don't knock on girls who are just gorgeous. I'm like, hey, you want to come do my makeup? Any of you out there, if you are a beautiful girl, you want to come do my makeup? I'm like the Barbie doll. Okay, like back in the day, you had your friend that you played with their hair and you did their makeup. That's this girl. I'm still like that. I've had all kinds of, when I was a raver, my friend used to do all kinds of crazy hairstyles to my hair. And we'd go look at all like with these twirls and stuff. It was fun. And then in the 90s, I had my friend Michelle, and I was 11, 12, and she was Chola, and I was Chola, and we were all Cholas, and we were in Albuquerque. So I was a Chola as a Mexican gangster, and obviously, I think I have, there's some Spanish in there. There's ties to my history. I'm adopted, but there's this really big tie my whole life to Native American and Mexican, Chicano, Hispanic, the whole gamut of Native. I feel like it's more indigenous. I like the indigenous term because that's where it all ultimately comes from. And I feel like I've looked into my past history, and there is Native American ancestry. So I might get one of those 23andMe test just to see what's in my ancestry, because it's so weird when people say, where are you from? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I feel like my dad had some Irish in him, but you look at the high cheekbones, I just see stuff that I feel like I might have some Greek in there too. You never know. But anyways, I thought it was fun. I have pictures of the Scaredo bangs and the Mad Dogs, and yeah, we got in trouble back in the day. We had a good time though. It's different. You couldn't relive the memories that we did back then because the environment of what we did at 12 is not happening, and nor do I encourage it. So definitely when we create harmony in our mind and hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer always. So don't worry about, getting all this cosmetic surgery. Start fixing the wounds in here, and you will have this natural glow. It's kind of like when you're pregnant, and people know you're pregnant because you just have this glow about you. So it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Angels, this whole theme is all about being in charge of your thoughts, not letting your thoughts be in charge of you. I am not limited by any past thinking. I choose my thoughts with care. I constantly have new insights and new ways of looking at my world. I am willing to change and grow. And I keep hearing this garden, and I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing a garden too of lettuce. And see, that one's a little rotten. This is what I'm seeing, guys. So if you see something else, that's okay. And that one's about to be, and then these are really green. So don't let one rotten apple spoil the whole bunch. And know that your thoughts are just thoughts. You're in charge of them. And it takes 8 seconds for a thought to become reality. Okay, so there's a delay there. So if you don't like a thought you're thinking, you have 8 seconds to retract it. Tip of the day. I trust my inner wisdom. As I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust it to be there at all times. I am safe. That is very, very important, my friends, that stop beating up on yourself. If you know something to be true and nobody else is believing it, it's either A, they don't want to come to terms that it is true. They don't want to, the truth, they can't handle the truth. Or they don't understand it. And again, it's your life purpose and it's your thoughts. So if something's true for you and it's not true for everyone else, that's okay. Because ultimately, you need to stop and smell the roses and you need to do what makes you happy, not what makes everyone else happy. And you need to take time out for peace and for self. Stop pushing yourself trying to be everything to everyone. And stop letting these thoughts just get up all in your head. And we can all do that. It's not my favorite pastime because if I crawl up in my head, hi Denise, if I crawl up in my head, I might not come out of there for like a year. I get lost in there, okay? It's pretty big. Hey, beautiful, stopping in to show some love and support. Well, I appreciate that. I love support and love, and I hope you're having a beautiful Wednesday and you are being a fierce queen yourself and you are not letting your thoughts overcome you and you are trusting that you are on the path that you are supposed to be, because your path may not look like other people's paths, but definitely you, Denise. I got chills right now too, because angels want me to tell you this. Because, see, I don't always share everybody what's on my mind, but since you're here, hey, angels want you to know that you're going through this tough time right now, but I feel like you're healing these karmic lessons, and it's so, because you have this purpose that's coming to you, and you're going to be recreating this new beginning. You're already creating it, but you're also having the ability now to really dive deep in. And I don't think that you've ever had the time or maybe the support around you to fully feel comfortable and feel like you could do whatever you want to in your own skin. So your angels are knowing now, they want you just to remind you that all this stuff it's just keep going, because I see a good, all this stuff that you're doing, all these people that you're meeting, this new tribe of friends that are coming, y'all are going to build something more than just a TikTok thing. So I just, I got chills. So I just wanted to share that message with you, that you have some beautiful, amazing things coming, and it's on a higher level than social media. So those days that maybe you're not feeling it or you're not feeling yourself, make sure you keep Spirit says, just keep showing up every day. Yes. The energy here is very overwhelming, so I gotta shake that off for a bit. It's like I'm gonna cry a little, like, it's it's an overwhelming energy. When I feel that way, it's because it's overwhelming, and you deserve it, because I feel like you've went through a lot of things, and your daughter just keeps popping in my mind that, like, maybe not right now, but like in 5 years, I feel like y'all are gonna have like this really, you're gonna come together in a better relationship. So don't get too caught up on how it looks right now, because the love can be felt. And if you ever fight with her, get in conflict, just send her love and light and she will feel it, because you guys are connected by the heart. And she may not ever voice it to you, and because we don't do that, because that's our ego. Sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. We never let other people know when they were right and we were wrong, but she loves you. And I just feel this magical connection, and I feel like you guys are going to co-create something like amazing together and with all of these people. So just look out for that. It's safe for you to look within, and that's awesome, because that's about the sunflower. The purple sunflower is about compassion, mercy, and spirit, and the yellow is about having confidence and enlightening your mind. So as I move through the layers of other people's opinions and beliefs, I see within myself a magnificent being rise. Wise and beautiful, I love what I see in me. And then this one came out just to wrap that up. I release the past and forgive everyone. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. And that rose is very powerful. This is I'm seeing your root chakras is slowly starting to be healed too. And this is about, you're starting to feel your confidence. You're starting to not be afraid of all the demons, goblins, and ghosts that are floating around in there. You're like, hey, go to that room. Go to your room. Leave me alone. Like the demons, ghosts, goblins, and all that they used to scare me. They still do startle me, but when I, spirit wise, and here I couldn't even look in there because I was like, nope, not looking in there. That's a scary place in there. And now that I've actually pulled this out and dissected it and put the responsibility of who's responsible for what and took my responsibility, not everybody else's, I feel quite better, and I don't have a problem walking down the halls of my soul anymore. But it took a minute, and it's about, and I'm going to say this every time I say about forgiveness, you forgive yourself first, because that's most important. When you go to forgive a situation, you don't necessarily worry about forgiving that person. And you don't forgive that person because they necessarily deserve it. You forgive the situation because you're forgiving that situation because you're putting that faith in the angels that it happened because it was supposed to, whether it makes sense or not. And if it was a bad thing that happened, it might have been somebody else's karmic energy, aka your parents might have not stood up to their stuff. So their shadows are now being laid upon you, and now you're reliving your parents' reality of fears and stuff that they never healed. That's what I figured out was happening with me, and I stopped it. So always know that you have the power and that you have to be grounded in your root chakra, which is your fight or flight. Your root chakra is at your sacral. It's your bum, what you sit on. And that is what helps you not feel like you're floating up into the air. That's when you feel ungrounded. When you feel like a negative Nelly, that's because you're not feeling safe. Your root chakra is all about feeling safe. So if you're in an environment that makes you feel like, oh, if he gets mad at me, I'm going to have to leave every day, then you're going to put yourself into fight or flight. Or if you have some tyrannical person acting up every day, you're going to be on fight or flight and you're walking on eggshells. You're never going to be prosperous because you're never going to be fully able to connect with your soul. You're so attached to the fear and what's going to happen next. That's a big, big problem. If you're in that, you need to fix, or you're going to continue in that. You gotta be safe where you're living at home. And if it's not safe, you got to start taking steps. Now, if you can't absolutely do that, then you got to start calling in your angels to help protect your energy and protect you. They won't just hop in just because something bad's happening. You have to ask for help. Very important, because people say, I prayed and nobody helped me. But did you pray and actually get that answer and apply it? Or did you see that answer chuck it up to wishful thinking or say it's too hard, and then you went about your day and then you kept cursing the universe, saying how the universe doesn't help you. Sometimes I understand how our angels are like, man, I'm trying everything I can, but I'm the bad guy. I see you. I accept my uniqueness, and you can see there is green eyes here, and the back is about purple, green, and blue. Compassion, mercy, spirit, green, abundance, healing, prosperity, blue, truth, courage, and standing up for yourself. So there is no competition and no comparison, for we are all different and meant to be that way. I am special and wonderful. I love myself. So I love these very, very, very much this morning. Accept my uniqueness. It is safe to look within. I can release the past and forgive everyone. These are your affirmations for today, beautiful souls. And if you would like a session with me, go check out the link in my bio. Like I said, I'm going to be creating more videos for my YouTube channel that just has different readings in them that are just the collective readings like this. So you guys go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click on the play button, the link in my bio. You're welcome, Barbara. Thank you for joining me today. And I'll leave you guys with this. Divine wisdom guides me. I am guided throughout this day in making the right choices. And I started this off with the poem of choices. And if you guys want to hear that poem, you can go check it out on my YouTube channel later tonight when I put this up there. I am guided throughout this day in making the right choices. Divine intelligence continuously guides me in the realization of my goals. I am safe. You are so welcome, Harmony Angels, and I can't talk anymore, so that's my cue to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live, and I'm trying to get up here. You can catch me almost every morning. If I'm not here, I might take a day off, but like I said, I'm starting to rev up and start being on these lives, and you can check out this live if you missed any of it on my YouTube channel, Jess Intuitive Angel Vibes with the Z. And also check out my readings. I do. Have a great day, Denise. I do angel readings, or I do intuitive coaching and energy healings and psychic medium readings. So all that's in my bio. You can check me out. Have a wonderful Wednesday. It is Wednesday, so why not Wednesday? Why not follow your dreams and be the best you that you can be? And everybody else will catch up who's supposed to be with you. So invest that energy in making yourself better, and know that your outer experience will start meeting your inner experience. So if you're going through it, just keep going. It will get better, I promise. Nothing lasts forever, not even this life. So have a great day, and no thoughts or things. Make them wonderful. I love you guys. Have a great day, my survivors. Go spread love and light and have a wonderful day. Press the button.